she's here to just tell us what she's got so we can hear that. And while I'm at it, I'll ask, because this would be in lieu of appointing a special committee. So the discussion had been previously, do we want to have a committee that meets outside of the park board to discuss this? And historically, like for the last playground, we would just get bids from different people. Different representatives have come and spoken to us. Traditionally, the city has called for us, but I'm happy to do it. It's the same. We're just, I mean, it took me all of, 5 minutes to speak to her, and she said, oh, I got this great thing. And then I spoke with another woman from another company, and it maybe took me an hour just because she was newer and we were trying to go back and forth. So anyways, I would rather all of us contribute what we think about the park. That's my personal opinion, but I'm open if someone would rather do a committee, only because I have kids that are bigger, and then I know when Stephanie is here, she has little kids, you still have little kids. One of y'all has grandkids, right? So I mean, we have different stages of contributions to this story. So if someone would like a special committee, we can discuss that, or we can have Ms. Shauna present what she has.
Just drive on.
All right, it's all you. And if you stand at that podium, you'll be mic'd for people that are at home, maybe listening.
May I approach the bench? First, let me introduce myself. That's probably appropriate. My name is Shauna Provenche. I am a sales consultant for Compound Playgrounds. I work in Fort Worth and West Texas, and we are a manufacturer of playground equipment and outdoor fitness equipment. And so I'm here representing Compound and all of the services
answer his phone. He was very kind, but he said, ma'am, there's zero chance I'm going to get that to you by tonight. And I said, okay, thank you. So if we didn't choose tonight, you know, to move forward, which I think we still need to have an actual action item to recommend to council, but just if we want to try, thank you so much. If we want to try the other guy with the bumblebee and see what they come up with, we can compare that to what Shauna has. And then I had one more from Whirlix, which are the people that also gave us an estimate last time, and they actually installed the Dream Park. And if you want to just pass that, that is what theirs looks like. They, for some reason, this woman was, she was saying she's newer to the company, so she was asking a lot of questions, but in the past 48 hours, she's gotten this for me. And that included sort of like the teeter-totter thing. She said you can put one of the rocking, like, you know, things that have like the spring, but hers, I think, only allowed for the 2 bays. Does that still have 4 swings on it?
4 swings.
Yeah, 4 swings. So that one included 4 swings, but it didn't, she wasn't able to provide me one that had the tire swing. And, you know, Shauna, I appreciated, had come out and looked and said, you know what, they are using that tire swing a lot on the day that I came out. And so, I mean, I even appreciated that. Yeah. So this one has just different swing options. Teeter-totter, and that one has the 4 swings, that has the ADA. It doesn't have the mommy and me. I really like the mommy and me a lot, where the mom can sit on, or the dad can sit on one side, and then the baby sits on the back.
Yeah.
She showed that picture. Yes, right, right, and it can be, you know, my 2 kids could ride it together if they wanted to. So they're kind of big now, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, so this is the playground here, and that is, oh, let me see that. It is this area that is right here. It says play area G1.
G1. Okay, see, that's what we were talking about.
So G2 is the one that just got replaced. So that's the new playground that's on 156. And then G1 is that offset behind it. It's got like the big tire swing and all the chip bark that's coming up and all that stuff. So that's what we've been trying to re-pour. We had that $75,000 budget. And when James talked to her, he was like, hey, we can replace the whole swing set for the $75,000. Let's just do the whole thing. And then we can be compliant within zones. And what she was talking about, the fall zones, you only have so many feet where, you know, it has to be, I learned how to read these websites. It's really interesting. It might even say on here in this book, if anyone wants to look at it. You have a certain height that you can fall from and so many feet that you need to fall around it. And our park's totally in violation right now. So we, you know, if we're going to replace it, we might as well bring it to the right code. So to do the pour in place, and then James was saying, or somebody was saying, maybe it was Steven, to put the pour in place and then go back and try to change the structures was dumb, because just put it all in together and make it new. So I do have a price on that one. Will you let Mike, did Micah see it? Oh, okay. The price on that one, so she actually gave me 2. So she gave me, that's this Whirlix one, yes. So the first one she sent me only had 1 2-bay swing, and then she was saying that 6-inch stone would raise the pour in place so that it's surface level flat versus being sunken in. I guess we could have asked her what hers was. I don't know that it matters to me as long as they can get in. But when I asked her to revamp it, that included the 2-bay swing with 1 bucket, 1 molded, 1 stand-up spinner, and 1 stand-up seesaw that's shown in that picture. And all of that comes out to be $83,000. But if we chose not to put in that 6-inch stone, it would take off $7,400. I just like this one better. Yeah, that's what I asked her when she was here. She said that one was $84,000. And I think that's because she has 2 separate swing structures. And in order to get one that swings like a tire, the amount of space that you need of a fall zone, you can't attach it to one of the continuous bays without, it has to have its own fall zone, correct? Yeah. I do like the round one. I like it a lot.
Which one?
The one that she showed, because I specifically asked Shauna, hey, can we get, she said, hey, I was at the park, kids like that tire swing. I said, I would love it if we could get something like that. that would accommodate more kids if it would go in a circle. And she said she wasn't sure that she had any that go in a circle because of the ADA compliance. But that plastic swing, so whenever we looked at the park last time, I brought pictures of my own child on the swing that is similar to the one that's in this picture. And I thought that's what we were getting when we added the swing that's there now, but it's like a net thing. And I've never really loved that thing, but it is what it is. I think the net's kind of silly. You slide through. They do. But this other one swings a little bit better, and my bigger kids can go on it, and you can fit more people on it. And the one in Dream Park that's made by Whirl, I know Whirlix has them, so I don't know if just the representative I have was not familiar with all that they carry. But the one in Dream Park is a little bit bigger, and you can, like, she's a lot bigger than she was, but you could lay on the thing, and it was, I mean, I really liked it. The kids all loved it, and they'd all wait in line for it, so. If you guys want, we can think about these and then maybe put an agenda item the next time to make a decision to recommend one to the park board.
I
And
do have a question with this
yeah.
stand-up spinner.
Oh, so the stand-up spinner, where's my phone?
Is that where you stand on the pole and you spin around?
So, and actually, yes, and you actually can sit on it. You can sit on the bench and spin, or you can stand on the bench and spin. It just spins literally on a pivot.
The reason I asked that, I actually watched a video this week.
Oh gosh,
Stand-up spinner
did somebody fall off?
with a mom and two kids, one on the stand-up and one of those ones that sit down and goes around.
Uh-huh.
This guy's going this way, he's starting to fall.
No.
And then next thing you know, this kid's falling off the thing, so. I have a
You don't
hard
like the
time-
spinners
I
at
don't
all?
like spinners.
Okay.
I think from a safety perspective,
And we can always pop that out for something else. She was going to send me a list of things that would fit, but she had to get with her engineer as well. So I can like I can have them bring their best design.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Shauna's. I don't know that we need her to change anything unless somebody wants to see something else except for adding the one little thing.
I like the
Because
panel.
when you
the
add
panel
stuff, literally we're at $80,000, right? It's like $1,000 more to add something else. So as long as it fits in the zone, I'm like, add it on there. But I'll ask I call him the bumblebee guy. He made fun of me. He's like, I've never been called that, but I'll take it. So I can ask the bumblebee guy, because they have that little bumblebee ride on. I can ask the bumblebee guy. He is from, where is he from? He is from We Build Fun. And it's just a different company. And I wish I had a picture of the bumblebee, but it's not in this. You can kind of see it on here. I mean, if you guys want to see the ones from the last one, I've got what they've done before. So anyways, anybody wants to look at all those? But okay, so that's it. So we've discussed, I appreciate that. And can we make an agenda item to discuss, Katrina, consider and act on a recommendation to council on a four-in-place structure for that Gamble swing area? G1. Yeah, for the next meeting. Awesome. Okay, let's just run back to the consent agenda, 4A and 4B. The previous minutes and financial statement. I'm seeing on here where it says the park survey, but when I opened it, I didn't see that specifically. I might have skimmed too fast. Can you open that? Oh, maybe I just clicked on the second one and didn't realize it was a separate link. It's okay. Ah, there we go. The only thing I would ask differently is if there's a way for us to make boxes next to the ranking so they can check and like write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but that's the only. Perfect. So we were able to get it on the website too. But we are going to be able to. Okay, awesome. I know we asked about that.
So real quick, on any of these questions that we have here, do you feel there's adequate parking, blah, blah, whatever it is, if they have more than a yes, no answer, are we going to have a fill in the blanks or an additional page?
It should be there at the bottom. Will you scroll to the bottom of that, Steven? Right in. We could maybe put other under that? Or responses to above? How would you think we could word?
Additional comment.
Yeah, maybe just can we add additional comments to the bottom of that?
It-
Yes. Yeah, could we just make like an additional comment section so people can write whatever they want? Oh, fine.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, got it. All right.
So, quick question, if you could scroll down for me a little bit.
Or up.
Up, this way, that way, yeah. So, we asked the question if we're satisfied with the current conditions of our parks. Okay.
Yes.
Most of us here know where Gamble Park is.
Right.
Most citizens probably do not know that. Or where Nance Field is, they may or may not know that.
We could add a diagram.
Can we somewhat, maybe just a short little description next to it? You know, behind the firehouse, obviously that one's pretty clear, right? But you could say something like that so that they know what we're talking about. Okay. Okay.
So I guess I'm trying to figure out how that got in the minutes. Is that just because that's what we discussed specifically? Got it. Okay. So that is correct the way we put it in. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, now we know where to find it instead of searching through all the videos. Thank you. So this is the way we did it, but we can still make changes to it later. So this would be correct to approve. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, you can go back to the minutes. I looked at the minutes. I didn't see that there separately. That's just, there it is.
This is Cindy. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as written.
This is Serge. I'll second.
All in favor? None opposed? Thank. One, two. Just raise your hand. And then the financial statement, please.
Question on the revenue for the 4th of July. Is that what we charge our vendors? The $2,900? Responsibility. Okay, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get real rich for that. Right, right. Anything major to draw our attention to on that, Katrina? Nothing big for us to draw our attention to on there? Okay. Look good? Anybody? Motion to
This
approve?
surge. I move that we approve the financial report for June 2024.
This is Micah. I'll second.
On favor? Yes. Motion passes. Mike has been waiting for that chance. What you got? Lessons learned? So after every event, we tend to do like a lessons learned topic, just talking about what we liked about the event, what we didn't like about the event, just to try to help while it's fresh on our mind. So the things we have listed here is shade for band on the stage. But my question is, when it was turned the other way, they had shade. So last year it was the other direction where the stage was, and it seemed to work a lot better. So I don't know that we need shade per se. If
Are we
turn it
talking
back.
because the guy in the back had
Mhm.
the sun versus
Probably
the
the sun.
guys in front did not?
Right.
I think there was more people going the opposite way, so maybe if we can angle them out where it's going that
Right.
way, that would take away the shade, and I think more people would hear it.
I agree. Like change the direct projection. Well, and the way it was facing, it was blaring. I just think if we angled it the other way, towards the crowd versus towards the vendors, it would be,
Like it was last year.
yeah. Because they didn't complain about shade last year, and nobody complained about the sound last year. No. I'm saying city staff didn't complain last year. We had the same band, the same place. It was just oriented differently, and I didn't personally like the way it was oriented this year. I thought it was awkward. I liked it better the other way. So I feel like if we just turn it,
The band parking was much better because of
was.
that. Yes. And we could probably still
we could still park them there.
park them there. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll consider it. Sounds great.
Yeah.
And then give advance notice to band regarding parking email map. Noted. Noted. Add no parking signs specifically to the Gamble block. Add a toddler age bounce house. Additional activities such as rock climbing. Great. Better manage the walker vendor, issued a lanyard. Yeah, I've had that idea. You know, there was the one lady who was selling things mobily, and she had paid for her vendor spot to be mobile. I think we should not only limit the number of those, but make sure that they're clearly identified with some sort of like not reproducible vendor tag that would change every year, like a big fat, I don't know, gold clock or something, to indicate you as being a vendor this year. And then next year it's the big star, you know, just so that we know when someone sees somebody. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that, but I didn't want to not charge them either, so. Just took the cash. Here you go. So, yeah, I agree. But on that same thing, that same topic of limiting the number of walking vendors, I feel like 3 is probably good, 3 walking spaces. Because it's great for them to walk through the crowd and sell their light up toys. It makes the event fun. I think it's great. But also limiting the food vendors, because we had too many. And they were so spread out around the corner. When I went and asked some of the gentlemen that were in the food trucks that had been the year before, he was mentioning that they did okay because there were so many choices. Not enough people could concentrate their money. And you also want it to be, you know, worth the vendor's time to come back. And so if you have 4 barbecue places
And snow cones.
and 4 snow cones and 4 5 snow cones, but you see what I mean?
Yeah,
And I mean, I think it's fine if we do first come, first serve, but I feel like having that one barbecue place, it looked really good and it smelled really good, but they were on the grass. And so who was going to find them? And then that other snow cone truck was way down the walk. That's not bad because when you're walking around, you can have different places. So I don't even know that was the location is bad. But the people that were all the way around the corner away from all the rest of the event, there was nothing else over there. The Greek place, that was one of the guys that had been the year before. He has that big blue food truck. See? I was like, they're waving like they didn't even see it. It's way over there in the corner. He said they did okay. That were in front of like the little gingerbread house. Yeah. Yeah, but farther down. The ones all the way at the end weren't getting attention because the event ended where the axe throwing was. Like there wasn't really a reason to go beyond that to see what other food trucks there were. And I was actually at a different festival, and there was a little Boy Scout stand there selling hot dogs. And they were so far out on the end of the strip, like nobody, by the time you got there, you'd already gotten your snack from the other vendors. And I kind of felt like that's probably what the people at our park felt like, just kind of being, it's a great place to put it, but then put all the food on that one little L shape. So that everyone knows this is the food aisle versus, hey, there's a, because we had so many that signed up, I guess
Yeah.
that's my point.
I agree.
So, but I mean, even if we can turn away more, it actually makes it a better event. It was so hot. Yeah. But maybe just if we chose the number of specific food types, you know, like we're gonna have up to whatever, I don't know, you guys can count the spots. How many spots are there on the for food trucks to show up? If there's 20, well, we're gonna limit it to, you know, only 5 dessert type items, no more than 2 or 3 snow cone type. You know what I mean? Because there's different kinds of snow cones and different kinds of ice cream. But if we only have 20 or 30 spots to choose from, they all shouldn't be food because then nobody's going to sell enough to make it worth their time. Well, maybe we just limit it to a number. When we reach 30 vendors that are selling food items, we're done. Then we don't have any more spaces for it. So if we have 30 snow cone machines and no barbecue, I guess that's what it is.
Well, and also, like, can we, like, forewarn them? Like, if a barbecue place already signed up and another barbecue place signs up, just be like, hey, just to forewarn you, there is another barbecue place. Oh, so it's usually email. I feel you. Yeah, that makes sense.
I would just say we should limit the number of food vendors and then put the food on one side and the stuff on the other side. But like the guy on the grass, no, I don't think anyone complained. I'm just saying. Just in talking to some of the vendors, they prefer smaller amounts because that allows them to bring in more money. So I thought,
I agree.
Well, that's
correct. But I don't think it makes less sense for us to not limit them. You know what I mean? Like we might as well have the people that are attending and the people that are vending have a good time. Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that was my opinion. And then volunteers did a good job managing the event parking area. Were those Amazon volunteers? Oh,
yeah.
cool. Nice. Any other event feedback?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I thought when the mayor spoke, it was too early in the event because he was addressing the vendors, not the citizens of Hazlet.
It wasn't back. I had left to get my child and I wasn't even
Well, I'm
back
just
yet,
saying,
It was
so-
at the very beginning.
it was at very, very, very beginning. It would have been nice if it was, let's say, closer to 6. This way you can address the people that are there, even though that most of them are not from Hazlet, but at least you're addressing the people.
Well, I think we need to mention that to him because it was his choice when he spoke. So, yep.
Katrina?
I think we need an extra bounce house as well. Okay.
Personally, I think the event went extremely well. I believe I heard somebody, I'm not sure if it's the chief of police or the fire department, they had no activities, unusual activities. Everything went perfect to them. You know, there was a lot of police officers, a lot of fire department, there was a lot of law enforcement representatives there, which is cool to see. But I thought it was a great event.
I was going to comment that I had to use the restroom, and nobody uses those porta potties. They will wait in line. And I'm like, there's the bathroom right there. She's like, no, I'll just wait. So I went in there and used it and then went to the bathroom and washed my hands. And I thought, why are we paying money for these porta potties that nobody's going to use? So I say we get one handicap one and not more. I don't know if it's more expensive. Nobody uses them.
I use them.
I used it too because I knew we were paying
There
for
we
it.
go, then. There's
But
the
it's
case
like
for two.
thousands of dollars for the two of us to use the porta toilet.
You know, one other thing I thought we might consider that might be fun and cooling is that foam pit
Yep.
that we had at Christmas time. The kids might enjoy that, plus it would cool them off too. So that might
Bring
be
back the
something
foam
that we
pit.
look
Yeah.
back on,
As long as we have somebody to watch it,
Yeah.
that would be
as
good.
long as they bring people to watch
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the axe was a hit. The jumping thing was a hit. That line was pretty long. They ended up in a good spot, even though he was a little cocky showing up. I said, buddy, you're supposed to be here before 6. We don't have cars driving by. He goes, what are you going to do about it?
Are we talking about the?
He said, what are you going to do about it? And I said, well, I guess nothing today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's real nice, but he got a little bit cocky. That's all I'm going to say.
Are we talking about the gentleman that had to drive
The orange shirt.
around?
Yeah, the orange shirt guy.
Yeah.
He comes to all the events. I think he must own the company or manage it. I think it's his family company, which is great. That. Yes. Yep. He's always slow and always late, but he has fun stuff. So I don't know if we want to look for another company or tell him the event starts at a different time. I don't know. Yeah. Because he seems like a really nice guy. He's just. Hmm.
The same people do the tents as do the trampoline things.
Hmm. I don't understand why they just don't bring it all at the same time. It's not like they have another event in the morning.
They don't want to stay from 8:30 in the morning until.
Oh,
you know.
fair. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I like the tents again. I thought it was nice to have that touchdown station.
I think the other thing else I noticed, I believe you were involved in that too, is we weren't quite prepared for everything from the misters and all that. You know, we just need to do a better job of having everything ready for whatever the time we want to get started. No, I understand that.
We can fix that.
Yeah.
And no offense, they're paid employees. So we just say come at 9 instead of 10 because you couldn't get it ready the last time, so now we need you here earlier. So. It's all right. We'll just have them come earlier.
It's those little things, though, I think that stresses you.
It does.
You
And
out
it's
during the day.
nonsense stress.
Well,
We're
and
trying
two,
to
We can
you know,
avoid that.
And two, we can have a list of things when they get there.
Yeah, let's make a checklist.
This is what we need
That's
to
what we
have
should do. Make
done.
a checklist.
We can even. Well, yeah, but
And
I
then
mean, have it right there where they can look at it
On
and
the
say,
wall.
okay,
We'll tape it
this
to the
is your
wall.
job. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. Now go get it done.
Which job are you going to volunteer for, Stephen? All right, so I think that's all I can think of. Anyone else? Did you have anything?
wasn't
Oh, you
there.
weren't there. Anyone else No, we're good.
All in
I
all,
think it went
all
pretty
in all, I think it went really
It was just
well.
hot, but we had
Yeah.
lots of water. We had some lunches Katrina got for us, so that was great. Just that way people weren't passing out and.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
A little bit earlier, though, it would be nice.
If it was what
A little bit earlier.
in the day.
I was starving.
Oh, the lunch earlier.
I was starving.
Yeah, when you're there all day, it does need to come a little earlier. That's fair. Was it Dana that was going to Whataburger or something? She's like, I gotta get something to eat. All right, so that takes care of that. We will remember those things for next year. Fireworks Independence Day event of 2025. Discuss, consider, and act on band selection and event offerings. So my first thing that I would like to mention is the children who belong to my family who looked up at me during the show and said, you know, those fireworks sure are polluting the air. Why didn't you guys do a drone show? And I said, well, you know, we actually talked about that, but it was too late in the game for us to figure that out. So I called and got an estimate on the drone show, which is the same price as it is for our live fireworks. So I talked to two people, one at Longhorn Lights. She was just kind of average. Her price was $250 per drone with a minimum of 100 drones. If you do it on July 4th, I'm doing this before we choose the date. July 4th is falling on a Friday in 2025. So on that day, it would be $400 a drone. For the same little 100 drone show you can get on Thursday for $25,000, it'll cost you $40,000 on Friday. So we can choose a different day. Now, the other gentleman that I talked to, I actually liked him. He was very kind and a little bit cheaper. He was at Sky Elements. His name was Tyler. And he said, he gave me a lot of information. He said they need about 100 square meters, that it's about half a tennis court. And I said, well, I got a tennis court for you. So they just need that space to set up the drones, and then they can take off from there. They cannot fly over people, and they don't like to fly them over cars, because if one were to power down and land on your car, it's a liability. And with the airport being here, it would have to be that way, kind of towards that empty parking lot over here, or on the other side of the thing. Anyways, his was $200 a drone, 100 drone minimum. They said the shows are 10 to 15 minutes. She said hers are 12 to 14 minutes. That's just how long the battery life of the drone lasts. And they should be about 300 feet away from the main audience. And if you get more than 1,000 feet away from the main audience, you start to lose the impact. Of course, you can see it from anywhere, but it's just that 300 to 1,000 feet was his recommended thing. And so we can get estimates on that for next time and compare it to the fireworks. But as we choose the day, I wanted to point out that if we choose Friday, the 4th, everything is going to be a lot of more money. Same with regular fireworks. And then the guy that told me that I liked his price better said actually July 5th would be cheaper, but they're going to be higher June 28th through July 4th. So that whole week before, when most people are having their events or when their premium rates kick in. So I didn't know from a staff perspective, is that easier to get on a Saturday or a Thursday, or if anyone has
We've always done it on the Friday before July 4th, so it would be on June 27th.
Yep, it's 27.
And I like that date because we're the first ones to have it.
do you like that idea? Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
And so the lady was saying she was going to double check. I hadn't asked the guy to double check that because I'm like, well, the airport's not that far. And so, but her theory was where she saw the limit, she pulled it up while I was talking to her, and she said it extends to right where the park line is, that if she just went a little bit farther southwest of the airport, that she thought it was outside of the line. She was going to double check with her people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We even had to get an okay from them when we put up the flagpoles for the memorial because they were over the feet of where we could put something.
Even on the other side of the railroad tracks, we don't own that dead land?
That's Nance.
No, that way. No, Nance is over there.
Nope. You're facing the wrong way.
Okay, I guess I don't know what Dan Nance, I thought Nance was over there by the school, the old school.
No,
Oh, Nancefield, okay.
Mansfield.
I was like, y'all are saying Nance is that way, and I know where it is. Okay. Owns that land. Oh, I got it. But we could ask them, hey, can we use your land for an air show, right? As long as it's outside of the airport, yeah. So we could figure it out, but just, no, because where we are, if we sit in the park and it's just right over behind the, yeah.
I was gonna say, and check my thunder there, I'm old fashioned.
They also have
I like
drones that have
fireworks.
live fireworks on them.
The reason I say that is I was watching something and somebody made a comment about a drone show. It was horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to say it was Denton or something like that. Yeah, they got horrible
I wonder
reviews.
who did their show, because all the ones I saw were good.
So again,
This
it's a
particular
mixed
guy
bag.
has very good reviews.
It's kind of like EVs, right? It's new, technology's
Yeah.
new. They quite haven't gotten it yet.
This particular company, Sky Elements, did 27 shows like in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
They did the one in Dallas for New Year's Eve, but that had several hundreds of
Can we have a
thousands.
demo?
Yeah, there's tons of videos. You can actually pull it up. The guys that own Sky Elements actually did one with 50 drones. They don't sell that one, but they did it over their own house. A Christmas one, and it looked really great with their yard. So you can pull up the video if you want. But that's just my idea. June 27th. Okay. How does that sound to you guys, June 27th? Is it better to do a weekday or a weekend? Okay. Right.
And really and truly, it's the first one that happens in the area, so we get first shot at all the people. I really like it being that early.
So do we motion on the date? Are we good?
Yeah, 27th.
Can we pick the date, Katrina? Is that allowed in that event? All right, so I will motion for a date of June the 27th. That will get us outside of the big prices and still with inside the city capabilities.
This is Cindy, I second.
All in favor? None opposed? So that's the date. And then we can talk about fireworks versus drones or whatever and try to get a presentation, but at least I got sort of a preliminary estimate that it is the same cost, presuming it's permitted. And then band selection. I personally was less impressed with the band this year than I have been in previous years. Just my opinion. I don't know if it's the way it was facing and blaring at the vendors. I don't know what it was, but
Well, and I have a friend who does DJ work, but he also he works with bands, and he's got one that he recommends highly, and I've watched their videos. It's called the Jukebox Heroes, and it's a party band that's from Dallas, and they play all the cover songs that everybody else plays, and he talks about how they interact with the crowds and stuff, and he said that the price would be somewhere between $2,500 and $3,500, which is quite a bit less than what we paid for this other one.
What was the name of it? Jukebox?
Jukebox Heroes.
Oh, here it was.
And their website is thejbhband.com. So watch the videos and tell me what you think, and we can contact them. The earlier we contact them, the better off we're going to be. And if we can nail them down to a price that's that reasonable as early as possible, it would be good.
and even if we choose the same band, we need to pick.
Right. When we talked about Incognito last time, there was some consternation about the genre being, I mean, they played 70s and 80s stuff, right? Well, it's getting to the point now where, you know, that's old. So,
I mean,
I love it. I mean, I love that music, but we may want to take into consideration,
Like just an upbeat kind of some country mixed in with some.
yes.
Okay.
Do they have websites?
When did they send those to you? Like after the event?
So can we request that you send that to all of us and we can take the
We
time?
can Google them and
if we
listen to their
want to.
music. Right, perfect.
So if you, I'll just get you this information on the jukebox one, you can add it to it and send it to all of us. Pick a couple and then we'll
And then
talk
when we come
about it
back,
when
we
we
can
come
pick
back.
the 3 we want to choose from, or whatever,
Right.
top 3 or something. You know, they do rank voting. If we all write down our top 3, whichever one gets the most votes goes to the top. And if we all pick not something, we'll try again.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're done by then. Okay, so we will email list of performers. All right. Movie in the Park, September 27th, 2024. We need to select a movie, correct? Oh. What's on the list? Start down there because she's got the younger kids. Start with the kids person first. I feel like y'all might come to the movie but won't be watching it as much. Last year I didn't watch it at all. It was like Mario Brothers or something.
Yeah, it was
I couldn't get into it.
my grandson loved
Yeah, the kids love it. I just couldn't get into
it. It was
it.
a beating for me,
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I just ate a burger.
what I did.
And for the event offerings, we have a sponsor of the realtor company, like usual, correct? And then do we already have the inflated screen set up? Awesome. So we have the screen, and are we going to try to do like individual popcorn bags? Because I know previously we got the big bags and we sort of divvied it up ourselves, but now the health department makes good rounds, and I think we're out of compliance if we do that. I will say that I talked to that guy, and he said as long as it's pre-packaged, he actually said, because I was specifically asking, can my daughter sell lemonade on the corner? And he said, well, we're not going to mess with any kids on the corner. And I said, okay, but is that the rule? And, if my daughter makes cookies, and he said, as long as your home baked goods have a sticker on it that says it was baked in a kitchen, they can show up and sell bake sale items, and they can't be affected by the health department. The cottage law, as long as you have that sticker on there that says this was made in a home kitchen, and you stick it on there, if he comes by and sees the sticker, he has to keep walking. So I don't know if we want to have some little old lady make us cookies and pass out cookies and put a sticker on the cookies that say this was baked in a home kitchen, or if we want to buy like individual air pop, what are those skinny pop bags of popcorn? Those are kind of fun. We could just get a bunch of individual bags of popcorn, but that's going to individually increase the price a lot. Or say, sorry, there's no In-N-Out, bring your own pick.
That may be the way to go.
I know that I don't want to assume that they're going to do that, but the realtor company usually brings candy,
Yeah.
to get you to sign up for their emails and stuff. But is gone. Yeah. I say we just see what happens and bring your own. Sorry, In-N-Out can't make it. And can we sell sodas? Like, can someone set up a soda can? Like, no, I mean, we would have somebody else do it, like the HSA or you know, like sell canned sodas or canned chips, bag chips or something.
We can just have them bring
Bring your own stuff. All right.
bring a pick.
Bring a cooler.
Well, you want to be careful of bringing a picnic,
I know.
because then you're going to have a mess.
And I have what would come next. Did you guys pick a movie down there? All right, what are your three? Let's hear it. Panda 4. Despicable Me 4. Moana. Moana? That's from like 1920. There's a new Moana? Like with humans? Okay, let me see. I mean, I like the regular Moana. Kona Ice, because they have an outstanding permit. I always fall back on Kona Ice. There's no permit needed, right? That's what I'm saying. They already have the. Oh, okay.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the old Moana.
Yeah,
The regular Moana.
I've never seen it.
like Kid Will
Oh, it's super
Barbecue or
cute, but it's
something.
really old. Moana's really old. It's super cute. It's really cute. Little Hey Hey. I want a Hey Hey sticker. I decided I need a Hey Hey sticker.
What is it?
Oh, Grease. There we go.
We could watch Grease. What were the other ones? Panda 4 and Despicable 4? Could you do me a favor and wave at the citizen participant in the audience?
Top Gun.
Despicable Me 4, Panda, Kung Fu Panda 4, or Moana. All right, thank you. Put your headphones back on. It is. It's still cute though. What did she say? I forgot what she said already. She said Panda 4. See, and I really like Wonka, but my I still haven't seen Migration. Okay. Okay. So Kung Fu Panda 4 maybe?
Kung Fu Panda 4.
It doesn't say, it's just on the flyer.
It's already out. My grandson saw it.
Yeah, 5/8/24.
Sure.
I'm Micah, and I motion to do, what are we doing? Panda 4 for movie in the park.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung
4.
Fu Panda.
K-U-N-G.
This is Cindy. This is Cindy.
I was gonna say, man, that's kind of tough there, boy.
This is Cindy. I second the motion for Kung Fu Panda 4.
Only Serge could get away with that one. All in favor?
Sure.
Motion passes.
What did we just vote on?
Kung Fu Panda 4.
Okay, good.
K-U-N-G.
Right, food.
F-U. Oh, man. Yeah, let me finish 6 real fast. Okay, movie in the park. We got everything. We're just gonna do picnic or bring your own snack. Bring your own. Oh yeah, we can do vendors. I thought we were gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So maybe 1 or 2 or yeah. If we can get that many, yes. Can we hand select them? Like, can we just say, "Hey Sugar Rush," "Hey Kona Ice"?
Yeah.
I always like Sugar Rush because they're local, and I always like Kona Ice because everyone
Ask them
knows
if
it
they
and
say
they already
no.
have a permit. So
If they know, move on
Right.
to the next.
right, correct. But we can ask Sugar Rush she was preparing, she said she only does this on special occasions, and that's what they sold the most of at the event was the boba tea. You know, the little boba drink where they have the popping bubbles or the chewy boba. Anyways, it's the new trend. So we could always ask her if she could bring the special item of boba.
We just need to make sure that when we advertise it, that this is not for free. The food
Correct.
vendors will be
Correct.
there,
Because previously it's been free in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so just make sure that that's well known.
well known. I would say Kona Ice and Sugar Rush just because Sugar Rush will bring something else that's not also snow cones. But we're not charging them to come, right? We're just asking them to vend. We're not giving them a fee, right? Yeah. I say we're actually requesting them to come. I don't know that we should charge them. I think we should just let them come. Do you have a local dessert in Hazlet? Are they local? Southlake. Local.
We're talking more snacks versus a meal. Yeah.
But like I would personally, I know tons of people that would choose Kona Ice, and I would choose Sugar Rush, just because I know she makes sugar-free topping. So maybe they're not available. Sure. Okay. Okay. I say Sugar Rush, and then what food item? Oh, or the ice cream truck person. Oh, okay. Just because it's different, it's fun. Like food-wise, right? Is there a local food place that was there at the event that we could ask back? Like that's from Hazlet?
Like if we had a pretzel person or donuts, custom donuts. Well, I'm trying to think as a kid. A kid would love donuts
Right,
or pretzels.
right. But if you have donuts, ice cream, and snow cones, and the parent didn't realize In-N-Out wasn't going to be there,
Yeah.
that could be bad.
Okay, I'd like to make a suggestion
Okay.
that Micah checks with the HSA and see who they've used in the past and
Okay.
see if we can find a food vendor. No.
We don't.
Do we have? If we use food, why? I remember there was a.
What about Kidwell? We use Kidwell for our HOA block parties. That works pretty good.
That's a big meal.
That's
though.
that big barbecue guy
Bar-
that always wants 2 spaces.
Yeah.
We've had him a lot.
No, so you need to move uptown.
They come to he comes to the park. You remember Kidwell? He's been coming a long time. We a few years back we made him buy 2 spots because he would bring his truck and try to get 2 for 1, and so we just said buy 2 spots. Yeah, and he's got real good food. He's the one that has the brisket nachos
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he's
yeah.
good.
is there enough space for him to set up over there though? Can we borrow the parking lot? All right. So maybe Kidwell and then Sugar Rush. If we just ask them if they'll just come and vend free of charge. You can ask them too. That way if somebody says no, we can fill it in. All right. So we will ask them to come vend for us as we transition into the no food problem. All right. And then, Kidwell. Sugar Rush. Christmas in the Park is December 7th. Discuss, consider, and act on selection of event offerings. What do we need for the Christmas event? I thought we were pretty good. We are, right? We have Santa. We have some inflatables. We have the axe guy. Oh, this is semi-related. The axe throwing people that we always bring back. There's 2 guys that own it, and one of the owners was talking to me, and he said, or and maybe Cindy was there. He has. Did anybody shop at Costco?
Yeah.
You know that little kid axe throwing thing that's the plastic? It's got the red and blue axes and stars. That they have that as something that they sell, like to rent out as well. And so he's going to bring it for free to the National Night Out because Katrina has already booked them for that. And then that way, if we like it, we can just add it on to Christmas if we want.
Okay.
Well, it's for the adults. It's for us to have something to do. Yeah. And I actually was at a block party on the 4th at someone else's house, and they had that set up, and it was fun. So, the little blue and red one, yeah, it's fun. They kind of fly everywhere, but it was still fun. Okay. All right, and then we're just gonna kind of go real quick to the discuss, consider, and act on improvements for the Veterans Memorial Garden. Slightly out of order. We've already done 7A. We'll just go to 7C. And I know Cindy had some improvements, and she brought handouts. I can pass them down.
Wasn't the mayor going to buy us one of these?
Yes, yes.
Oh, have we gotten a speaker yet?
Do we have any information from the mayor on the speaker situation?
He committed.
He did commit.
He committed for the city to buy one, and he said he'd have it in a couple weeks. I know. So we don't have it.
No.
Proceed.
So I took it upon myself just to look it up, and I actually have the same friend that told me about the band. He brought one to my son's house, this very same speaker. It's well, if you look at the specs on it, it's like 21 pounds, but it's got a handle that lifts up. It's got rollers on the bottom of it. It's waterproof. It's almost idiot-proof. I didn't do it the first time, but I mean, essentially, you charge it the night before, and it's going to be good to go for at least 6 to 8 hours, which we don't need it for that long. And hardly any event that we do, I don't think. But it's $899 for one speaker. It's warranted for a year, manufacturer warranty. You can purchase. I found a place called Guitar Center, and it's in Hewlin, that actually sells these for the same amount. You can buy an extended warranty, just like you can do for anything else. You can get a 2, 3, 5-year warranty, and of course it's pricey. But if we decide that we want to order these, they're already on back order. He said the expected maybe date that they might become available is 8/16, but you need to have your order in order to get it when they become available. But this thing is so easy to move. It's easy to put somewhere. It can be stored in a garage. It doesn't have to be, in a climate controlled thing. It's pretty much, I think it's pretty similar to the one that the fire department let us use when they remembered to bring it. So,
And what about the sound?
as you can tell, I was a little upset about not having sound.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we get this done.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
Is the sound going to carry? Do you know how much the one, I was just thinking it was kind of expensive. Do you know what the one you guys had cost? And is it waterproof?
Is it waterproof?
It's waterproof and it's dang good.
Can-
And it has bass on it.
That actually might be kind of cool. Yeah, I was going to say, you said you thought it was similar to the one the fire department had, and no offense to the fire department, I never thought it was that loud. As an audience member, I don't always hear it that great.
That's the only thing that I've seen.
Yeah.
So-
So it might be easier to, if we can listen to, if you have it and you can bring it, we can hear the sound and it's $300, $400 cheaper. And it's the same thing. We might as, and is it just Bluetooth up? Mhm. Can we keep this and compare it to the other one? Can we forward that to the next agenda to make a decision on that speaker? Oh, well,
Well, what I would suggest that we do is get the information
yeah, let's
From
just
her.
listen to her next time.
and
Yeah,
then,
this one is a 240.
okay.
It was.
Sure. And I've got a little small one in my trailer that puts out really great sound, and it's probably this big, a little JBL thing. So. It's loud. Cool. Yeah, and it wasn't ever really super loud. I just think that area is hard for it to carry with the train, and it might actually be kind of.
You're not going to talk over the train.
No, we're not going to talk over the train.
You just pause for a
I
minute.
just wonder if we took it out, Micah, to the memorial field and just tried it to see how it sounds in that space, because sometimes space carries sound different. So. Similar. Okay.
Would you like to see this?
Cool. What's the name of it on Amazon listed?
JBL, party box, 310.
Oh, really?
310? 310.
310. There's a 310 and there's actually a 5 something. But this right here is only 100 watts. So that's double.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's triple. This is 310, that's 100.
Yeah,
That's
this is the one I.
549. 4.8 stars. Wow. Well,
Yeah, that's the one.
and also I will comment on Amazon. There's 3,700 reviews on that, and it still has a 4.8 star review, so it can't be too bad.
Yeah, it's very clear.
Well,
and
you-
you know the-
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. I like it too, and I would like to make a motion that we purchase this because we can send it back to Amazon.
True. For an improvement.
Well, and the mayor's going to come to, right?
Sure.
Well, I'll bring it for next meeting and then we can put it on.
You
the
could just
agenda.
email that, you could reply. I believe the mayor sent us all an email about making a subcommittee. I think you can reply all and say, oh, I found this speaker. Just email him the speaker and then he can forward it to Katrina. Yeah. Yeah, maybe just email him or reply to him from that email or whatever, and that way we can get it. Hopefully, if we don't have it by next meeting, we'll have it. And then Memorial Garden, I think also needs some new gravel. Is that part of the improvement? We were going there. We were, but we were thinking of the speaker for the Memorial Garden. It was all Memorial Garden related. We could even install the speaker in Memorial Garden as like a stone. We could just permanently resident the speaker there. That's very applicable to the upgrades of the garden. Blend it into the scenery. Anyways, how do we get gravel? Do we just motion to add gravel? It says, discuss, consider, and act on improvements for the Veterans Memorial Garden. Oh, sorry. So we could act on the gravel, correct?
Is the gravel the most important thing? Meaning, is there something else that we need to do more than just the gravel? That we should do first before we do the gravel? Or is the
Well,
gravel first?
When I was talking to the maintenance guys that helped spruce it up before the memorial, he said it really needs to be completely redone. We need to get that gravel out of there, take all of that landscape cloth and replace it, and then put new gravel or more gravel all over it. That's going to cost more than $1,000. Funds for it. Okay.
And then we can consider all the other things, the materials.
Okay.
and all.
All right. You can write it down, and then we'll tell you what the order. Okay. We did discuss it though.
We did.
Yeah.
I think for this, I have to say what it is.
Okay. All right.
So pavilion area, like a little small bench. Electricity for bench. Electricity has already been kind of for a year, but I think. So we need electricity over the light.
Well, but they say that the capacity of the breaker box right now won't handle it anyway, so we still need to have the survey. Yes.
Oh, then, so basically electricity and lights would kind of be one, I suppose. The pavilion area, I'm going back just to make sure. I don't know if we need to add this because it's already in motion, but the swings that are at the Gamble Fall Zone swings, the ones that we just talked about earlier.
Right.
Like, I mean, that has to. So as long as we do it at the next meeting, we're good. Okay. So we'll just kind of keep that, we'll just get it done before August. As long as we, if we approve next month and pay the next month, it'll be in this year, we won't have to add it. Okay. We need to, we wanted to add a covered bench for parents to sit at outside of that playground. That is separate than covered pavilion. Yep, a covered bench. On that regard, remind me, Micah, I don't remember how this one went. We wanted to add some shade area to the baseball fields. I don't know what that meant. Just like some kind of shade structure. And I know that that's under all the construction and things, but we can still put it on there. They can say no. Covered bench was Gamble, yeah. And then, improvements to the volleyball court. I was trying to read my note, I couldn't read it.
Well, I was going to mention that.
It
if you
said
didn't.
movie in the park, but I already said that. And then Memorial Garden. So we want Memorial Garden revamped, shade for the baseball field, a bench pavilion, the electricity survey with the included electricity, Gamble Fall Zone, which we're going to hope gets through, the volleyball improvements, and then we need to look at getting the new playground for next year back at Community Park. That probably 5 years ago, James told us was 2 years from brink. So we need to start, because it takes about 3 years to get the new park replaced. So we need to really start moving on it and get the funds approved and look at some designs for that back park. So play area C2, also known as Community Park Playground. So on that playground, there's actually a playground and additional swings, but I think that whole thing can be just playground together. And what else, capital project wise, would you like to see?
And at some point, we're gonna need to do something with play area C1, which
We're-
is also
We're going to
swings.
ignore that because I'm sure we're out.
At some part in the future. Maybe we can get somebody to add that on when we're doing the community park, the new one.
I don't think those swings are allowed to be there at all. It's too close to the basketball field. There's no fall zone. I don't think there's a fall zone.
So, question, are the water fountains a part of our,
Yes. And assuming, because we don't have any estimates that I have seen on the agenda today, we would like to add that to our capital projects improvement on the off chance it doesn't get done this year. Yep, there's an attachment that shows where it goes, but it still hasn't brought us the estimate. I know, I looked. It's this little thing, it says, oh, look, we can put it here and it'll drain, that's really cool. But we really would like to know from the city what fountains they approved to put there based on the information that we gave them 2 months ago. I don't know who we need to call for that. Do I need to email James or David? Right, but they were going to get us estimates on the cost of that and approve that particular fountain. Okay, should I email James or David or just? Correct. Okay. I just would like to compare one to the other price-wise and say this is where we're going to put it. Sorry, we've jumped topics. Any more capital improvement projects? I guess we're good.
Bleachers?
We have.
Will we move those other bleachers out?
Oh, no,
The-
Oh,
bleachers that are broken.
did we ever
Yeah.
get the bleachers at Nance fixed?
They can't be fixed.
Can we replace them? Can we add that to our list? Nance
Does- yeah,
bleachers
like-
Well,
replaced.
there's only one set of bleachers. But as like, it's not- Well,
Repair.
he mentioned that you have to buy basically, you gotta get the whole lot.
We need new bleachers at Nancefield. Yeah. Okay, so let's rank them. What would be our number one of those things we mentioned? Electricity survey is number one. Because we can't do anything else without it. I would say the volleyball improvements would be number two because that seems so simple and it's already existing. And we should fix what we already have before we start trying to add more stuff. And I think the bleachers would be third, yeah. And Nance, yeah. And then I would say the things we want to add. So,
Depending on the makeover for the Memorial
Yeah,
Garden, it's
what-
going to take some time.
okay, so
And it would be
Memorial
nice.
Garden next.
Yeah.
Yep. And then a pavilion next,
Yeah, I'm good.
like the covered pavilion at Gamel or wherever. Gamel's fine. And then I would even actually say a new playground would be over the light and electricity. That would be my opinion. What do y'all? The community park. Would you rather have the electricity? I don't know what we're doing with the electricity. I think that's just my ignorance there. Right, we have to wait for the survey anyway, so.
I don't see any reason why we can't start looking into it.
No, I'm just saying for the next important, the park
Right. I know we could
or the
start,
electricity.
start looking into the park.
Okay, so park next, community park next. Correct. And then update the electricity at the basketball court would be number 7. No, they just said it has to be updated. After we do the survey, they can make the updates.
But
They said it's the whole, that's what they
Yeah,
said years ago.
it
They've
may
been saying
need
it for
new-
years.
it may need new boxes and
We don't
and
really know
all
what that
kinds of
means,
things.
but they keep telling us it needs to be done, so we believe them. And then number 8 would be the light at Gamel. Lights. Yeah, lights at Gamel. I feel like you only need 1 or 2, so you don't fall coming out at dark. It's not like they're going to be, we don't want them to play all night.
No.
It's not like open, it's not open at midnight. Right. And then, that's all, right? Did we miss anything? Oh, yep. Covered bench at Covered bench at Gamel. Yeah, but we have to give the order. It's fine. Covered bench at Gamel next. Shade at the firehouse next. And then I want to say the water thing. Because I feel like that's going to come regardless, because I won't let it die. I think it's going to be done before. Yeah. It's just there in case it doesn't get done. Yes. That was up earlier. Serge approved that position when I suggested it, so we had 2. Good?
Good.
Okay. So I like the budget worksheet. It looks the same as it did last year. I don't think we've suffered inflation. I think we stayed within budget last year. We can leave the numbers the way they are. If everyone's okay with that, I don't think we need to tweak too much. Knowing that we have that 5,000 cushion-ish due to there not being a Hassett Hustle until they fix the road. And
We need to make a line item for the Memorial Garden.
no, I think we can go under capital improvement. When they list them out, it'll be under one of these.
Okay.
Okay, good? Yes. I motion, Sarah Nembu, that we suggest to the city council to keep the budget line items the way they are and examine our capital projects in the order that we have listed.
Second. Chuck.
All in favor? None opposed. All right, Gamble Park. I don't think there's any updates. We just are gonna work on some estimates for the swing area. If you will make sure that that is a future agenda item for me, that we can act on choosing a park at the next meeting, okay? And then community park, is there some update on the tennis court security system, or is that to be postponed till the next one, because nobody knows? All right. We're gonna just push the tennis court and the water bottle station. I don't know that it's helpful for us to see where they're gonna put it. We trust that it goes where they say. But we would like to see on the next agenda item, the actual water bottles station with the prices so that we can vote on that. So I'd like to discuss, consider, and act on the choice of the water bottle. So another action for next meeting. Water fountain selection. And then the Veterans Memorial Garden, we've already kind of discussed it a little bit out of order there, but
Can we also put on there an update on the stereo system?
Yep.
With the possibility of action?
I think it's easier just to email him. We'll just add it as an update agenda item if we can. Update, like as on the parks update. Sound system, yeah. All right. And then future agenda items. National Night Out is always the first Tuesday of October. And we just kind of, everything has to be free. If you can plan to be there. I think it's the first. It's the first Tuesday, right? Yeah. October number 1. Yep. And then we just kind of take turns sitting at the table, getting free stuff, hanging out. I usually am there all the time, but I think I think it's 2 hours, like 6 to 8.
I have,
Katrina basically does the whole planning thing, and
I was gonna say, I have set up at 5. Do you need help with that? Because I'll be glad to be there at 5. Okay,
okay.
okay. I'll
But if you
leave it
just mark
there.
your calendars, then that evening, it's at 6. Most people are off work if they're working, and most people aren't out of town on a Tuesday, but if you are, it's fine. But we'd like to see you hang out with us.
It's big.
Easter egg hunt is which day? I forgot. I probably wrote it on my. I will find myself. April 12th. Yep. Memorial Day celebration. That's always Memorial Day, so not rocket science on that one. Community Park water bottle station. It's already a future agenda item for us. Look at that. So, future agenda items will be act on park survey revisions, just those final tweaks that we would like to change, since we have to have an action item to add those things that Serge wants.
If you
Well,
want,
suggested that I liked.
if you want a date, Memorial Day's 5/26.
Perfect.
25.
And then consider act for Gamble swing selection to present as a recommendation to City Council. That's how that works. Just reiterating water fountain selection, and then an update on the stereo system. Any other future agenda items that we need. Good? All right, then we can adjourn at 7:52.
Good job, Sarah.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Thank you. That's such a lovely
Can I
voice.
object 'cause you're not on topic?